So, you're thinking about moving to Broomfield, Colorado, but you're not exactly sure what it has to offer or its overall vibe. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about exactly that. Take you to 3 different houses in 3 different price points so you can see what might fit in your budget. We'll also highlight some fun things to do inside and outside of the city of Broomfield. And with that, we'll get after it right now. My name's Adam. The team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you thinking about living in Colorado, in Broomfield, and the surrounding areas. Whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, we're here to help. So go ahead, hit subscribe, tap the bell so you can be notified each week when we put out new content about living in Colorado and the surrounding areas. As I mentioned, I'm here in Broomfield. Actually, right now I'm at the 9/11 memorial. It was something that I saw on the news recently. I had no idea it was up here. And these 3 memorials here actually were built from steel taken from the World Trade Center towers, which is kind of cool. This area here is a huge park. They've got over 281 miles of dedicated trails, 700 acres of park, and 45 playgrounds just in the city center or city limits alone. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but they've got an amphitheater right across the lake there. Great views of the mountains. Across the street, there's actually a water park, the Bay Water Park. They've got a skate park over there, some softball fields, batting cages, all kinds of things for you to do when the weather is nice and warm like this. Now, Broomfield, the last time they had a census was 2020. There's about 75,000 residents in the city, and it's positioned up here in between Boulder and Denver. You've got Highway 36 going west towards Boulder. I-25 is just to the east, which is our major north and south thoroughfare. And either way, you're close to highway access, so it allows you to get up and down the Front Range corridor. I'm looking at the library in front of me there. They've got also kind of a theater in there too, where they put on small productions. And here's a better shot of that amphitheater over here. Hopefully you can see that behind me. Broomfield, it's got everything you want just on this main thoroughfare, 120th. You're going to have your Home Depots and your grocery stores and all kinds of restaurants, your Chick-fil-A's, your Starbucks. A lot of great sushi places actually up here. They've got a cool international market right across the street, mostly focused on Asian cuisine, which I'll visit quite frequently. I'm kind of into the Thai food right now. So just wanted to highlight this park. It's a huge park right off of 120th and Midway. And, I think it was a good spot to start off this video. With that, what we'll do is wrap up here. We'll jump in the truck and we'll hit our first property. All right, so here we are at our first property, just, maybe a mile away from the opener there at that park we had. This house was built in 1973. It's actually a townhome, so I should clarify that. It's an end unit, and it's actually right across the street from Broomfield High School. Kind of saw a little bit of that. On the drive over here, you can see the football field and everything. But again, this townhome built in 1973, and it's 3-bed, 2-bath. It's got 1,376 square feet. So that puts our price per square foot at about $278, if I'm doing my math right, which is under that $300 square foot price point that we want to see. And you know, it's got a little courtyard out here. It's got a 2-car garage, so it kind of feels like a house, right? Yeah, sure. Here's one of the kids over here. What's up? What's up, man? What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
Cool. Are you liking it?
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Have a good
I
day.
wanted to hop in on the vlog.
Yeah, no worries. There you go. I mean, Colorado's a friendly place. That kid just wanted to say hi. So, back to this house though. $395. Move-in ready. Could use a little bit of paint, but I think what you got going on here at that price point is fantastic. Right next to the school. According to livability.com, Broomfield is one of the best places you can live in Colorado because of the schools, because of the job opportunities. We've got a tech center just up the way, right next to the Omni Golf Course, which is also right next to the Flatirons Mall. So that's another place you can go. I know malls are kind of, I don't know if they're dated or not, but people of my generation used to go to the mall all the time. This mall, it's got inside, and then it's got a lot of stuff going on outside. So that's kind of cool. But this property itself, I think, is a great value. Again, at $287 a square foot. It's actually been on the market for 97 days. This year, after COVID, with interest rates being so high, or at least higher than what we've seen the past couple years, there's a lot of room for negotiation there. So I think it's a great value and in a great location. I mean, not only is it next to the school, if you got kids, they can just walk right over. It's next to Eagle Trace Golf Course. There's another golf course, Greenway, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, Greenway, little par 3. Played there a couple times. Work on the short game, putt for show and drive for show and putt for dough. Sorry. But yeah, I wanted to highlight this one because it does, it's got vaulted ceilings, it's got a fireplace, it's got hardwood floors, it's got 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,300 square feet plus. So I think it's a great value and one that should be highlighted. With the school across the street, right now there's some cars going around. It's probably just after lunchtime. I think that kid was maybe walking to lunch or something. But great property. Like I said, I'll drive around, take a look at the rest of the neighborhood, and we'll head on to the next house. All right, guys. So we've made it over to our second property, and this one's in a super quiet neighborhood. As you can see, this little street right here is kind of a dead end. There's a green belt back there and some open space, or maybe even a farm or something, I think, just over there. You got to remember, back in the day, there's a lot of farming happening here in Broomfield, Arvada, Westminster, in this area. So it backs up to, like I said, a green belt and open space. The house was built in 1973. It's got 5 beds and 2 baths. It's on an enormous lot. It's over 10,000 square foot lot. It's got 1,980 square feet and listed at $529. So that puts us at, I think, $267 a square foot. Vaulted ceilings, fireplace, hardwood floors, skylights. I mean, this is a pretty nice house. And actually, I've been eyeing this one. I spoke to the owner before. He was trying to sell it for sale by owner. You know, when you work with us and my team, we're not just looking at houses that are on the MLS. We're scouring all sorts of opportunities for sale by owners. We've got our perfect home buyer program, where you tell us where you want to live and what you're looking for, and we identify homes and sellers, potential sellers, before they even decide to sell. We've got software that helps us out with that. So we utilize a lot of technology to help our clients get the best deal and the house that they're actually looking for. So like I said, this house, it's on a big lot. It's a quiet street. There's nobody coming back here. They got that green belt there. There's another rec center across the street. We're about 2.5 miles from that last property. But with this house, single family, so you're not sharing any walls. Listed at $529. When I spoke to the owner, he wanted to keep trying to sell it for sale by owner for almost 150 days, and then eventually he said, I've got a friend that's an agent. I didn't even get a shot to interview for it, but that's okay. That doesn't mean that my feelings are hurt. A lot of people know a lot of agents, and I get it, right? So I wish them nothing but the best. I've actually sent this to a couple of my buyers. We're going to come back and check this out this weekend with some private showing. So that's how much of a good deal and good value I think it is. Again, at $267 a square foot. Lots of space in there, 2-car garage, updated appliances, got that hardwood. I like the layout. You walk in, kind of go up the stairs and down the stairs. So with that said, I'm excited to come back and see it again with my folks. And hopefully we can put a deal together. What I'll do is actually just wrap up here. We'll drive around this neighborhood, and then we'll head to our third house. All right, guys, so we've made it on over to our third property. This was built in 2008, and it's 3-bed, 3-bath, just over 2,300 square feet. And because it was built in 2008, it's got all the makings of a new home, right? It even though it's over a decade old, it doesn't look like it inside. So it's listed at $799, which puts us just over that $300 a square foot price range. But I think for the age, for the location here in McKay Landing, it's something to be brought to your attention. Even though we're just over that $300 a square foot price range, I think it's about $347. It's across the street from the Meridian Elementary. And again, one of the great schools here in Broomfield. You'll see some pictures that I put up from the inside, and you can tell that it's been cared for. It doesn't have a huge lot. They've got actually all the parking in the back. So if you're looking for a yard, this may not be the house for you. But if you're looking for a new home in a great neighborhood at a reasonable price point as far as age and size, this might be the home for you. Again, we're in McKay Landing, maybe 2 miles from that last house we just saw. And it's a quiet neighborhood, right? Even though there's a school here, you've got access to parks and trails. I mean, that's what Broomfield is known for. You can tell that all these houses are built in the late 2000s, and they're all well kept. So I'm excited for this house because it is a good value when it's all said and done. Now, on my way over here, I did see a for sale by owner home. There was another one listed at $529. We might jump back over there just to give you an additional bonus. It was 5-bed, 3-bath. Haven't seen pictures of the inside. He said it is up on Zillow. And, that's what we do. As I mentioned, we're not just looking at houses that are in MLS. We're finding opportunities for our buyers, regardless of how they come about. This one is listed on the MLS. It's on the market for over 60 days. So there's some room for negotiation. A lot of times, my last 2 closings, one on the sell side, one on the buy side, I got concessions. Well, I got concessions for my buyer, and my seller gave some concessions as well. Because in this market, that particular seller, they're moving out of state. They had some timelines that they needed to be on, so they weren't against, putting on a new roof for the home and also paying some closing costs. So that's something that's always negotiable. The worst they can say is no. And on a house like this, in such a good neighborhood, I don't think it's out of the question. So you've seen some pictures on the inside. We'll drive around this neighborhood again. But as you can tell, nice cars, nice houses, nice lawns, nice neighborhood here in Broomfield. So what I'll do is wrap up here. We'll drive up and down the streets a little bit just so you can get an idea of the surrounding area. And then, give me a call, shoot me a text, send an email. We're here to help you in any way that we can. So we'll wrap up here and drive around the neighborhood and get after it right now. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today's tour of Broomfield, and we saw a handful of houses in different price points, all of which that might fit your budget. We're actually here at the McKay Landing bike park and just park in general. Behind me they've got some really big jumps back there for mountain bikes. Got a smaller area right here, maybe more for the kiddos. And then just behind me, there's actually, a park with a playground and some natural features there, for you to enjoy on the weekend or weekday. It's actually a lake just over this berm, and on the other side of the lake, there are multi-million-dollar properties over there. Lexington Hills is that area, and just wanted to wrap it up here just so you can see all the different things we started in a park with baseball fields. There's a water park. We've got bike trails. You got a guy riding his bike over there. Even if you just want to come around and pedal around, it's pressed gravel, so it's easy. It's easy for everyone to enjoy this open space, much like all the open spaces here in Colorado. Again, Broomfield's got over 280 miles of trails, 700 acres of park, dedicated park that is, and 45 playgrounds, this being one of them. So, again, if you're thinking about moving to Colorado in 9 days or 90 days, or you already live in Colorado and you're thinking about making a move, check out our description below. You'll find our contact information there. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send an email. Whatever you prefer. Here, I'm not opposed to having a conversation. just to kind of get those gears going in terms of home ownership here in the great state of Colorado. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm glad I found this place just driving around. There's so many parks you don't understand or know, personally, that they're here. So I'm glad I found this one. I just got my mountain bike tuned up. Not that I'm going to hit those big old jumps over there, but I think, I would enjoy some of these other trails around here at McKay Landing Park. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. And until next time, hopefully we see you around town.